And we're live. Today's episode of Meet the Team, brought to you by Celsius. No, we're not sponsored. Oh, shit. Today is not brought to you by Celsius. Apparently their drinks have the proclivity to explode on you.
They're my favorite. I live off Celsius, but
this is Tropical Vibe.
I know, I love the
pretty
packet ones from our water.
Welcome, Brian, to Meet the Team.
Thank you.
We're excited to have you here. You are officially the oldest person that we've had on the podcast.
That gives me a range of emotions.
How old are you?
47.
You don't look a day over 46, so congratulations.
Thank you.
We're excited to be here.
I am.
We're sitting down with a killer right now. We're sitting down with a D-U-D-E dude right here.
D-D.
D-U-D-E dude.
Oh.
I promise I can spell dude.
I have slight dyslexia. Yeah, you were going through the numbers, so you're going to share those first. But Brian's been in the industry for only 9 months.
Brian was a cannabis farmer last year at this time?
January, kind of. I was in the process of, what was I doing last year? Last year, this time, I was closing the business down. Yeah, I was shutting the business down. And I actually sold it almost a year ago this month.
And I think that's why he brings such chill vibes to the office. I think that's why he's always snacking on like sun chips and stuff like that.
Yep.
But we are excited to have him. Brian is firmly in the running for Rookie of the Year on the Perry Group this year. I just pulled his most recent numbers, 15 under contract or closed this year.
Yep.
$7.3 million worth of real estate sold in your first year.
So far.
I am curious, is it going better, the same, or worse than you thought it would in your first 9 months in the business? Because I made you a lot of big promises early on.
I don't remember any of them.
Because they were hollow.
No. How do I feel about that? I mean, I don't know that I came in with a lot of expectations, to be honest. I think if that's not necessarily true either. I did have expectations, but I think things are going probably better than I think they would have anywhere else.
Nice. I appreciate that. That's the episode. Thanks, Brian.
I know. So I think we should probably skip to why the Perry team.
Why the Perry team?
Why the Perry group? Yeah. Why join this team?
How long of a story do you want?
We got like 20-something minutes. Let's go.
All right. So the way that I got hooked up with the Perry Group, as I was looking at, when I knew that I had to close the business down last year, I started looking at what else I was going to do. And I knew real estate was going to be that thing. I just didn't know in what capacity. And so I was looking at investments on the investment side. When I got back to Utah, I paid a bunch of money to join a group, a mentorship, started going to meetups, and in one of those meetups, I met Tanner, who was here for a long time and was actually, if I remember right, Rookie of the Year last year.
He was, yeah.
For Perry Group. So, met him in a meetup up at the Perry Group office in Sugar House. Ended up talking to him for about 40 minutes after that, and he just gave me the rundown on everything because he was also part of the same group, the mentorship that I had paid for. And he said, I think getting licensed is a tool that you can use, and the Perry Group has a great opportunity coming up in Utah County very soon. So I spent the next 6 weeks going through the courses and getting licensed, talked to you. We went over some things, seemed like it would be a good fit, and that was that. Jumped on and started running.
But I remember after that interview, too, I was like, dude, if we can recruit people like this, we are going to be just fine in this office. Because you could tell very quickly early on that what Brian was going to bring to the team was probably some of the military background that you have, an attention to detail, an attention to precision, and then running stuff the correct way. So, like, to me, if we could figure out a system that worked well for someone like Brian to come in and be successful, this team can go as far as we want it to go.
Oh, for sure. So you alluded to moving back to Utah. I'm familiar that you had lived in California for a period of time. Did you live anywhere else?
No, I wouldn't say I lived anywhere else.
Did you spend time anywhere else?
I was deployed other places for a while. Previous to California, I was in the Middle East for probably, I was over there for 11 years, and out of those 11 years, I spent on average 7 or 8 months a year over there.
Wow. Well, thank you for your service.
Yeah.
And you moved back to Utah. How was that decision?
From
you lived in California and you came back to Utah
for 9 years. Yep. Yeah. Well, I grew up in Utah, so it was an easy decision. We had a house. I kept a house here in Provo the whole time that we lived in California. Family came back every summer and spent 2 or 3 months here. So it was a very easy transition. And I love Utah.
Is there a reason why you choose Utah? What do you love about it?
Why I chose Utah? Well, I grew up here. So even all the traveling, I was in the Navy when I was younger. So all of the traveling that I did, Utah was always home base. So it was, yeah, I mean, the mountains, used to snowboard when I was a little bit younger. Hiking and camping and Jeep safaris and pheasant hunt. I mean, everything. You know what? Utah doesn't have a beach. Well, they have a lot of beach. They just don't have an ocean.
They don't have an ocean.
Yeah. So that's it. But I mean, you know, lakes and streams and rivers, and yeah, Utah's great.
Getting into your real estate business a little bit more, you mentioned getting into it and wanting to spend more time on the investment side. What would you say going forward your niche has been kind of over the last 9 months? What would you like your area of focus to be kind of going forward? What do you envision? Because you're off to a hell of a start in your real estate career. What do you think it looks like 12 months from now?
I don't know. I still am focused on the investment stuff. I spend a lot of, I don't want to say free time, but when I'm not dealing with clients or working on transactions or, you know, trying to get more leads, and when I'm not actually focused on the agent part of real estate, my focus is on the investment side and learning more about that, trying to identify deals, seller finance, creative finance, just consuming as much as I can, because I think that's the direction that I would like to go.
What has been your favorite deal so far that you've been able to put together for a client? Like what stands out to you with the 15 transactions you've done so far this year? Which has been your favorite?
People, you know what? I'm going to give you kind of a BS answer.
Don't say that. If you say all of them.
No, it won't be BS, but I have a hard time when people ask, like, what's your favorite movie or what's your favorite song? I have a hard time saying my favorite.
You're going to hate the end of this episode.
Because there's a lot of good ones. You know what I mean? It's hard for me. I have a really hard time narrowing down and saying that's my favorite, because it has to exclude other things that I like just as much. So
which one have you learned the most on then?
I mean, it would have to be the first deal that I learned the most. There's other ones, like I've had some clients that I've really enjoyed working with, but the first one would stand out because I can tell you what it was. So it was a Zillow lead. I was sitting on a Sunday morning. That was the first day that I was put on Zillow. So I woke up Sunday morning and my phone rang. I picked up the call, got put on with this guy, and he was like, "Hey, we want to go see this condo this afternoon in Orem." I said, "Okay, great." I set the appointment. The call went pretty well. I met him that afternoon. We looked at the condo, and he was actually going back and forth on whether or not he should buy a mobile home or just make the step up to a condo. And so we talked about his long-term plans, what his goals were for him and his family, the things he wanted to do, and basically the mobile home was just going to be a stepping stone to eventually get into a condo. Having been part of the mentorship where I knew a little bit about investing, appreciation value, and, you know, being able to just talk to him, we were able to come to this. He was able to come to the decision through some of the information that I was able to give him to say, no, we want to buy a condo for it. Like, that's the best thing for our family. He made an offer on it, and the next day he was under contract. And I thought, real estate's going to be easy as hell.
If this is as hard as it gets.
This is great. So yeah. And then you guys know that's not exactly how all will go.
It doesn't always go like that.
Yeah.
No.
So, but that was probably the one that I learned the most, just because it was the first deal, you know, the first actual deal. So writing the contract, the negotiations with the builder, how do you protect earnest money, and everything that's involved in a transaction. I remember that.
We had a lot of conversations on that one.
Yeah.
And it was, you did a great job on that one.
Thank you.
So this is your first year in real estate.
Yep.
And you're seasoned in other things in your life. Why did you choose real estate at this time in your career? Or in your life?
That's a good question. Real estate's always been a background interest. Like me, I probably shouldn't say this on camera, but my wife and I, for fun, we used to go around on weekends and grab a cup of coffee and go break into vacant houses that were for sale. If the door was open, we would go in and look at, not people's houses. We didn't go into people's houses, but
wasn't there a serial killer that had the exact same approach? He would go up to people's doors and he would try the doors, and if it was unlocked, that was his way of being invited in. Yeah,
that's probably. And this was a different time.
Only in
Things,
Utah.
20. I mean, you already know how old I am. 20 years ago, things were different, and you could do things like that. It wasn't, I don't think, that big of a deal. But we would go around and look at houses. I mean, we love real estate, yards and architecture and all that kind of stuff. So even when I was working overseas and when I ran a business, real estate was always something that I wanted to get into from an investment side, always. So when I had to shut that company down and it was like, well, what am I going to do? I'm in my 40s, starting over. What am I going to do? I thought, well, this is something I've always wanted to do. Just do it. This is what you should do full time. So that's what I did.
What would you say has been your favorite part about being on the Perry Group specifically in your first 9 months?
Favorite part? I like a team environment. What'd you say?
I said careful.
No, I like the team environment, to be honest. Yeah, I like working with people who have similar goals and everybody's moving in the same direction, and the culture here, and you come in and everybody celebrates everybody else's wins. And yeah, the support structure. I mean, we say that if you take a camera and walk around, which people do sometimes here,
often,
Me.
and ask people why the Perry Group, I hear it from across the room every time. Oh, the support structure, the team environment, the support structure, the culture, the structure, the support system. It's all, everybody has kind of the same thing, because it's true. We have the best support structure that you can have. The team environment's great. The culture here is fun, and it's fun. What's the saying? A high tide raises all ships, and the tide gets pretty high here sometimes. And you see people that have lows. You just have to come into the office, and people are getting wins, and that kind of helps you go, okay, well, I just need to keep at it, and I'll get a win, and you do.
Well, I think that this environment is different because there's a lot of team environments that don't feel like a team per se, meaning that you're not as familiar with what other people's businesses look like. Here, where we are in here every single day, everybody is working together, everybody is grinding together. It's different because I think there's times where you've had really good months, and then there's been times where you're like, dude, it's a 20-something of the month, and I have nothing going right now. Oh. And you see other people in here that are just popping contract after contract after contract, and it's like, wait, like when is my turn coming?
100%.
Yeah. And I think that can be a mind F for a lot of people, but I think the people that we have in the room are hopefully inspired by it. Hopefully they see somebody like you that's in their first 9 months on pace to do 10 to 12 million in your first year, and they feel inspired by that. I would say is my goal.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think too, to that point, if you do come in, I mean, I know I've had bad months, even though I've only been licensed for 9 months or whatever it's been now. My first 3 months were awesome, right? In 1 month, not to brag, 1 month,
Flex.
8 under contract, right?
Wow.
And then June, 0. Got to the 20th of July, nothing. Right. And then 1 in July,
50 days.
And I just went, wow. And I know why. I could look back and I know why that happened. But when I was kind of in a little slump, which doesn't happen a lot, but it happens to everybody sometimes, people in this office come up and say, hey, everything going okay? You doing all right? Yeah, I'm fine. Okay. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know. Yeah. So,
and they mean it.
Yeah, 100%. Genuine. Yeah, everybody's sincere.
I want to pinpoint on what you said about uplifting here in this office. Like, some people have bad months, some people have good months, and no one here looks at anyone else and just is like, what are they doing that I'm not? Like, they don't deserve it. I'm working harder. Like, everyone is so uplifting here.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that.
Well, what is one thing that what is one piece of advice to anybody that's new in this business that you would give?
A piece of advice that I would give to somebody new?
Starting out 9 months behind you.
Join the Perry Group.
Shout out. I'll give you your $10 now.
Yeah. Scene. Just kidding.
Find, whether it's the Perry Group or not, find an environment where people are supportive. Do your research. It's the things that you don't know, and ask questions before you get licensed, before you want to become an agent. I would say that first. Before you become an agent, actually go talk to people and figure out what's involved. Because most places, and just like anywhere, the Perry Group can't take every single, all 18,000 agents that get licensed. You might not be able to come on to a team like this, right? So go talk to people and find out what's actually involved in being an agent. You have to prospect. You have to go find business. Like, this is a business that you have to create. And it's hard for people their first couple of years, from my understanding. If you don't.
I think it's hard. It doesn't matter at what point in your business. The second that you stop doing lead generation,
Yes.
doesn't matter if you've been in this business for 10 years or if you've been in it for 9 months. The second that you stop lead generating, your business dies.
Yes. Yeah. And yeah. So if you don't have the support structure that the Perry Group has, you're going to be doing that all on your own. So go find out what that entails, what that consists of, because you spend a lot of time going out and lead gen and prospecting
Before anything good happens.
So, yeah, and it takes months. It takes, because you have to hone your craft. I went door knocking for a while. I had never door knocked. I love talking to people. You know what I mean? Door knocking was a new thing. It took me a little while to go figure out how to do that. And then you have to be consistency over time. That's one of the things. I've got it written up on my desk, but you have to just keep at it and know that it's going to be a grind for a little while. So that's what I would tell new agents.
What has been what about the real estate transactions or the business that has surprised you the most that you enjoy?
What surprised me the most that I enjoy?
What do you enjoy, and how did it surprise you? What's your favorite part of this whole thing?
I've always said, somewhat jokingly, half jokingly, that I don't like people. Right, that I'm in a job, because I've done a lot of jobs where it's very tight knit things, and I would say in general that may be true. Groups of people, I don't know if I'm probably not an introvert, but groups of people I kind of not shy away from, but keep at a distance, whatever. But one of the things that surprised me a little bit is how much I actually love people. I love going out and talking to people. I talk, as you guys probably know, I can sit there and chat somebody's ear off for an hour about whatever. So
I could listen to you talk forever.
So that's one of the things.
I'm just like, yes, Brian, thank you for being here.
But it's one of the things. It was a little surprising at how much I actually like going out and just talking to people, meeting clients, seeing how. It doesn't surprise me that I like seeing houses. That's one thing I've always enjoyed.
Because you used to break into them.
Now
Now you have a key.
Now they just let me go. Now it's not.
Yeah,
you get paid to do it.
Does the board know your history? Do we need to?
So
are we mandated?
Now it's not breaking and entering.
Different podcast. Just kidding.
Maybe that should be the name of this podcast: Breaking and Entering.
Yeah, that would be good. So.
What would you say is your value proposition to your clients? What do you bring to the table that you think no one else can do this better than me?
Nobody else can do this better than me. I genuinely want what's best for them. And I hope that's true for most everybody else that's in this industry, but I genuinely want people to succeed and win at whatever they're doing, whether that's their job, sports, buying a house for their family. If whatever your goals are, I genuinely want you to win.
Before we even started this podcast, I don't even know the context of it, but you said it's just really what's best for them. So it's already on your mind. You said it again. I completely believe you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Jake's takes.
Yeah, well, real quick, I want to know what hobbies you do.
Ooh.
What do you do on a day-to-day life? Yeah.
Man, my hobbies now are
Him and David Goggins have the exact same hobbies.
Who's that?
So should I throw this out there on a thing? I need to post this on social media and hold myself accountable.
You need to post a lot more on social media.
Yeah, I do. hopefully this helps, right? No, so hobbies, I study real estate, and I know that might sound stupid on a thing.
Nerd.
But I know, but I really do. I spend my time listening to podcasts. I get online and I study the market. I study investment properties. I study other market. Try and study real estate. And then fitness stuff. My goal, I'm 47, and my goal for next year is to do a half an Ironman. Ironman 70.3. So
my goal is to watch Iron Man 4 times now. So you tell me.
So fitness is the thing that I kind of keeps me sane. And it always has been. You got to go get some of those jitters out sometimes, and it helps to just work through things. You go to the gym, you go for a long run, and you just, keeps you going. So that's those two things.
Do you have any goals personal, business wise? Like, what are you
Ironman
working to?
Goals. Yeah, well, that's one. I am working towards
Anything like you and your wife are planning?
I guess, yeah, maybe I should quantify that.
Another kid.
What aspect of life we are not having more kids? What aspect of life are you on?
This is up to you. Just like, what are you working towards in life right now?
I am, and I mean, everybody says this, the FIRE generation and I'm working towards financial freedom. I'm working towards being able to do what I want, when I want, and not have to worry about money. That's, stop trading time for money and which is ironic because I'm actually doing something that I really enjoy doing. So finding this has been a good step in the process, I guess. But yeah, just being able to do what I enjoy and not have to worry about the money side of it.
Love that. Okay.
Jake's Takes. Jake's Takes today is brought to you by Celsius Tropical Vibe. All of the flavor, all of the caffeine, none of the harmful stuff.
I have to try one of
You're
those.
a fitness junkie, right? Will you try this on camera?
Try one of those. Will I try one on camera? Yeah.
Yeah.
Live fit. What if? Oh, what's that?
The tropical vibe is pineapple. And
Oh, he
like a
waterfalled it
starfruit.
too. What a true gentleman.
Oh, those taste good.
And they're healthy.
I'll have to look what's in them.
Celsius.
I won't blast you out on podcast.
Ton of vitamins.
Tons of vitamins.
Too
No
much
carbs.
caffeine.
Nice.
I would say it
Yeah,
has
that's nice.
essential energy. It accelerates metabolism and it burns body fat. So
Nice. Yeah.
Allegedly.
No, that tastes good. Yeah, those,
it hasn't yet.
those are good.
I've been on them for 2 years now, so verdict still out. Okay, right now this is called Love It or Hate It. I'm going to give you something, and you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. Country
Okay.
music.
Say it again.
Country music.
Into the mic, please.
Jeez. Does it have to be a love or hate?
I mean, despise or loathe or...
It's
If you
it's
had to
really
pick one.
neither. If I have to go, I've gone back and forth. When I was younger, hate it. When I got older, loved it. Now I would be probably a 49-51 hate side, but I just don't listen to it that much anymore.
What genre? Rap. Love it or hate it.
No, I mean I listen to everything, almost everything.
Screamo?
Country out, and then I would say I'm not a huge hip hop guy, but I actually do like some rap and classical music. I'll find a lot of classical music.
We call it classic. He calls it modern.
No, not classic music. Classical.
Classical
Violins and
Gotcha.
stuff like that. Yeah,
All right, Tesla Cybertruck.
hate it.
Okay. Pineapple on pizza.
Love it.
You're having
Though
a
it depends on what else is on there.
you have a performance review
yeah.
right
Do
after
Do you want your
this.
Canadian bacon on it too, aka ham, or like what? What do you mean depends on what's on there?
Well, I mean, you probably like a Canadian bacon, like a Hawaiian
Hawaiian
pineapple.
style?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Do you want to sit
racist towards Polynesians.
Do you want to sit in
Yeah.
on his performance review with me as soon as we're done with this?
So every
You guys really hate pineapple on a pizza?
Yes, it
A
does not
Hawaiian
belong.
pizza?
It does not belong. It does
I-
not
but
belong.
Hawaiian pizza.
Here's
You can
my
put
thing.
anything on a pizza.
I don't like pineapple warmed up at all. Like they were talking on my episode about like the Brazilian barbecues where it's grilled and stuff, or grilled
I do like
pineapple on like a burger. You warm up that pineapple, it changes everything, and I just want to vomit. Okay, now this is kind of either or: Winter Olympics or Summer Olympics.
Ooh, that's tough. I would lean Summer Olympics.
Summer Olympics. All right. Would you do if you were to buy a piece of artwork? Would you go more black and white, or if there was a colored version?
That's a new Jake's take.
I know. I just thought of that.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I would lean black and white.
Same. Starbucks or Dutch Bros?
Oh, Dutch Brothers. I hate Starbucks.
I'm healthy.
I hate Starbucks. No, Dutch Brothers is good. I love coffee. I'm a coffee snob. I'll
See,
say
and
that.
I'm the complete opposite. I get Dutch Bros once a month, and it's to get their sticker the first Wednesday of each month.
Yeah. I mean, I probably wouldn't go to either because I make better coffee than both. But but I wouldn't. No, I don't know if that's true. or not.
Folgers.
Yeah. No.
Best part of waking
Pete's.
up.
I'd take Pete's coffee over.
Folgers in
I
Brian's
respect
cup.
that. East Coast or West Coast?
Or the Middle East.
Western civilization.
For what reason?
Just-
If you were going to go spend time.
Doing well. I like the East Coast better, probably.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Disneyland or Disney World? Don't say not.
What's the difference?
One's in Florida, one's in California.
The Florida one.
Oh gosh. Fire or water? And this is like, what would you rather look at?
What would you rather sit next to?
Oh. What about fire next to water?
Oh, look at this outside the box
This
thinker.
either or is not working. Did you see?
Don't put me in a box.
Takes in the office. There was so many opinions. It's an either or,
And people wrote like
there are like
six.
6 different options by the end of the week.
People are writing in their own options. Like this is the
Yeah.
Democratic nominee.
Okay, morning person or night owl?
Oh, morning for sure.
Morning for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, peppermint or pumpkin spice?
Peppermint.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate. Well, I take that back.
Yes, sir.
I was thinking about
His
something.
job is
No, vanilla.
Okay.
Vanilla.
Why
I'm-
the shift?
Why the shit? Well, because I don't know why when you said that. So last night, my daughter and some of her friends made cookies and they used white chocolate chips in there. And then last night I had a bowl of ice cream and wanted to put some chocolate chips, and I saw the white chocolate chips and I was like, I don't want those stupid things. I hate those. So I grabbed the regular chocolate chip. So when you said chocolate or vanilla, that's the first thing that popped into my mind.
Yeah.
But I like just vanilla bean ice cream. I'm a vanilla guy.
Well, white chocolate's not vanilla. White chocolate
I
is
know,
like
but that's-
wax.
White
and it's
chocolate. That's why the
terrible.
shift.
White chocolate
No,
slaps.
vanilla for sure.
White chocolate.
That's another Jake's takes. We're adding it. All right, now these are more real estate related.
Okay.
So single level or 2-story?
Single level.
Okay. New construction or resale?
Oh, again, that depends on the area. For what purpose?
What do you gravitate towards?
Me personally,
Personally, transaction wise, I don't know. It's up to you.
I like, if it were me personally, because I like character in a house, I would probably gravitate towards existing older construction. However, and this was a conversation I was just having with somebody this morning, if you're doing something because you want to maximize the value, new construction.
Love it. Mountain views or lake view? Or just water view?
Again, you keep trying to put me in a box. I like them both.
Saratoga Springs where you get both?
Yeah, maybe. I like the mountains, I guess.
Heck,
We'll go
Brian.
mountains.
Mountains? Okay.
Yes.
Flip or hold?
Hold.
Love it. All right, now these are the final questions that we're asking everybody on the podcast. The first is, tell us your worst experience story. Could be funny, could be just like dramatic and emotional. But you have to use 3 words or 3 small phrases. So mine, for example, is Thanksgiving, junior high, gravy. Booze is pre-mission, grandpa, family drama.
Oh, man. You put me on the spot. I have to use 3
3 words or small
words.
phrases.
For my worst.
Worst, most embarrassing, awkward, the day you don't want to go back to.
Oh, God. How personal do we want to say this?
You don't have to tell the whole story. You're
yeah,
just giving
just-
us 3 words to make
All
us
right.
better.
Oh, man. What words do I want to? I know I can picture the exact scenario. Boot camp. What was just any 3 words?
Yeah, 3 words or 3 small phrases.
Boot camp. Angry drill sergeant. New pants.
No follow-up question.
That is. Yes. Now you at home get to fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
All right, and this is probably the most important question on this podcast.
Your job is writing on this.
How would you peel this banana, theoretically?
It's a fake banana. Take the banana.
How would you peel it?
How would you peel
Can I
it?
peel it? The way you peel a banana.
Don't say that. There's multiple ways to skin a cat. Peel a banana.
Pop that top off right there.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Do you eat it like a monkey and peel it from the bottom?
Yes.
Yeah. Why?
I don't eat it.
Because everybody said, oh, it's a handle that you can use. Is that why? No, I peel it from the top.
Try it the other way.
Yeah.
Well, it's
I'm
a
gonna send
fake
you
banana. I
49
can't.
cents.
I've tried peeling it this way.
I'll send you 49 cents on
I love
Venmo.
banana. I eat bananas all the time. And I've tried peeling it that way.
You just don't like it?
No, it's stupid.
Uncultured.
All right. Well,
I'm going to give
that's
3
it.
words to describe Brian. Old, uncultured, and rigid.
Classic.
Or classic Cole.
Brian,
All right.
honestly, though, we do love you. We love having you in here. The presence, the energy that you bring to the team is unmatched. it is incredible to watch what you're doing. And every time I open up Slack and I see a new contract from you, I just get a big old grin on my face because it's fun to see what you're doing. So
Appreciate that.
we're lucky to have you on the team. Thank
Yeah.
you for being
No, I
here.
appreciate that. It's fun to be here.